Have you ever thought of what would happen if the Arctic ecosystem were to be completely eradicated from the Earth's surface? How would it affect other biodiversity that supports life on Earth? And how would it change our lives as humans?
Hi, my name is Derek Estrada, a Bachelor of Multimedia Arts student, and today I will be sharing very critical information about the Arctic biodiversity and ecosystem. This video aims to raise awareness among its viewers of the current state of the Arctic, how life in it has drastically diminished, and also share possible ways we can utilize as students to salvage its imminent loss and mitigate the rapidly increasing effects of climate change on other biodiversities.
The Arctic ecosystem lies at the North Pole of the planet, which is considered the second coldest region on the Earth. The Antarctic being the coldest and is also home to many endangered species in this generation, namely polar bears, Arctic foxes, Arctic wolves, beluga whales, and so many more.
Going back to the question I asked earlier, have you ever wondered what would happen if the Arctic were to be completely eradicated over time? Well, to answer that question, let us first talk about its importance to our planet.
Both the Arctic and the Antarctic play a vital role in Earth's survival, particularly in regulating the world's climate. The white ice reflects some of the sun's rays back into space, helping to keep the Earth at an even temperature. Sea ice also helps to regulate the movements of warm and cold water around the oceans. However, due to climate change, our planet's polar regions are experiencing warming at a faster rate than other places. The Arctic is warming twice as fast as other parts of the world. In less than half a century, from 1971 to 2019, the Arctic's average annual temperature rose by 3.1 degrees Celsius, or 5.6 degrees Fahrenheit. The warmer temperatures are having an impact in the Arctic region. Sea ice is melting, frozen ground called permafrost is thawing, and habitats are shrinking for wildlife that rely on cold temperatures. So why are the polar regions the most vulnerable to climate change? The ice and snow in the polar regions, because of their light color and high albedo, typically reflect most of the incoming solar energy back out of our atmosphere. However, as more greenhouse gases cause our planet to warm, the rate of ice and snow melt increases. This decreases the amount of solar radiation reflected out into space and increases the amount that is absorbed by the Earth's surface and oceans. The added energy warms the polar regions, accelerating the rate of ice melt and thus causing more warming. As the polar regions warm, the land, ice, oceans, and all living things dependent on them are dreadfully affected. Not to mention, sea levels will rise exponentially, which could result in numerous countries submerging beneath the water in the next 200 to 800 years. As students, we must face the fact that we do not have the direct means to instigate a massive change to the current crisis we are facing today, because only the government and the chosen people in power have the means to do so. However, I do know that we all have the ability to influence a movement on a massive scale, driven by our passion and urge for a better life as young people, and inspire many others. I believe that doing so can transcend to our voices being heard, which can impel those in authority to take immediate actions towards solving this crisis that we have in climate change nowadays.